Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. So, guess what? This is Friday. My goodness. And I hope you've been enjoying your day. And wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So, this is about 8:30 p.m. in the UK. And I'm ready for a spot of stitching, and I hope you are as well. So this is the piece I'm going to be working on today. This is from Kim Jacobs and Dry Flower. And I absolutely love this piece. And I haven't worked on this piece for a little while. So I'm really keen to put a few stitches in today. And this is absolutely appropriate for September, because for me, whenever I look at this piece, I think about autumn. So let me show you what I mean. And this is the full mock-up. It's gorgeous. And I always imagine this is the room, maybe sometime in the autumn, and the person just collecting all the flowers, all the fresh flowers from the spring and summer, and turn them into dry flowers. And look at that beautiful kitty on the chair as well. It's so whimsical and so warm. And I absolutely love it. And I know quite a few of you are working on this piece as well. So it would be fantastic if we can work on this piece together. I know we have a Kim day, but every day can be a Kim day and every day can be an Amy day. So let me just show you how far I am with this piece here. So I'm tracking with Saga. So let me just turn these rulers off. I don't need it for now. And this is where I am. This is a mini, by the way. And so we've got about 9 pages worth of stitching here. And this is where I am. Not super far, but you know, I'm making good progress, I think. And let's look at the stack here. So currently, I'm just slightly over 6%. I'm not ambitious enough to say that I'm going to cross over to 7. Okay, probably unlikely, but how about 6.3%? I think 6.3 is maybe doable. Who knows? Who knows? And this is a mini piece and it's got 90 colors. So it's quite typical for a regular mini. And I'm going to create a sprint here. So this is just allowing me to track my stitches here today. And by the end of the stream, we're going to play Guess My Stitches. If you haven't played before, join us. You know, it's great fun. And just checking whether you're paying attention to my stitching. So maybe not too much attention, so you don't know when I'm making mistakes. And let me switch back. And of course, before I make my first stitch, I am going to turn to the chat and say hello to everybody. So meditation and relaxation channel, hello, hello, welcome. And first to report to the chat, well done. And Salita is here. And we also have Maddie, MM Knitting Crochet, joining me. And she says, hello everyone, I'm actually early. Well done. I'm working on the bear. Again today, beef stew is slowly cooking in a crock pot. Sadly, my coffee is now cold, so I might make a tea. Yes, make a cup of tea. And I also have a cup of cold coffee, okay? And in the meantime, let me know what you're working on and what you're drinking for your power stitching session. And Rajal is here as well. Hello, happy Friday, stitching friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Rajal is still on holiday in India, but reporting to the chat every day still. The dedication is absolutely amazing. And Busy Mom is here as well. Hello, hello, happy Friday, she says. And Steve is also here in the chat. He says, guys, still working on the Halloween piece. Oh, Steve is on fire with this piece. Maybe 3 days in a row, I've been working on this piece. And he says, I think another iced coffee on this warm, humid day sounds good. London is getting cooler. It's definitely feeling like autumn now. So ice drinks are out of the menu, I think, in London. And Serena is here as well. Hello, happy Friday. And Sarah is also here. And I'm ready to do some stitching and a cup of cold coffee. Hot coffee goes cold or iced coffee. Very different things, very different things. And Heather is here as well. Heather House, hello Stitcher friends, happy Friday. And Ashley Wilkinson is also in the chat. And Vega as well, our friend from Japan. And Leslie McLean, Maddie's Budget Corner, welcome back. And Jane Doe, good to see you. And Suzanne, of course, welcome. And Laura is here as well. And Travis, hello. He says, hey there, everyone. I was at Walmart today and saw I haven't read it, so I'm just reading, and saw 2 pizzas. They were of the 2 Amy Stewart whips you're working on, Yogi. Really? Pizzas? Well, you need to explain to me. I think Travis is talking in code, maybe too excited. Mandy as well. Welcome, Mandy. And Susan Chamberlain as well. Susan, welcome. And let's have a look. Good. Thank you for joining me today. So this is 22 count fabric, and slightly larger than 25, obviously. And I'm working 2 strands, a lot of threads here, 2 strands, 1/1. So, and I really love the color scheme. It feels like, the colors feels like you're handling dry flowers. You know what I mean? The whole color scheme of, dry flowers, it feels like I'm literally handling dry flowers. So it's a very tactile piece for me. And I've been parking for the previous sessions, and I really enjoy that. As you can see, I get to handle these beautiful colors. But I think today what I'm going to do is to try out the 1, 2, 3 stitching method. And if you don't know what it is, we're using Saga. You can track based on number of stitches per color, working from minimum to max, min to max, or you can do 1, 2, 3. It's recently named by Travis and Joyce. And it's basically have work within a defined section using Saga, and then follow the DMC numbers. It's good fun because it's full of surprises. I don't know how many stitches I've got for the next color. So it's full of surprises. I'm kind of in that kind of mood. But before I could do that within the area, I'll need to work with the part threads. And as you can see, there are quite a few. So my suspicions would be, by the time I work through the part threads, majority of the colors, majority of the stitches would be done. That's my prediction. So it's a kind of a combo, and I'm very keen to kind of remove these legacy end threads there with previous methods. Now I just do boomerang. And so that's kind of a plan. No sort of, strict rules here. If it doesn't flow, I'll change it. No big deal. But I think, let me just show you my app right now and show you the area I'm interested in working on. So I am kind of looking at, if I flip over, I think I'm going to focus on maybe somewhere here. So I kind of moved my box there earlier on to frame a little area. It's quite confetti, to be honest, but I just love the golden colors, the oranges, the color transitions there. It looks very appealing to me. So I think this would be the area I'm going to be focusing on today. And there are quite a lot of, it's a 3x3, so it's 9 blocks. It's not super huge, but it's bigger than my regular comfort zone, about 6. So I'm, feeling a little bit ambitious, and it will make the kind of stitch area kind of tidy here. So this is my plan today, okay? I switch my methods quite frequently based on, my mood really. And today is this kind of mood. I just want to focus on this area rather than working block by block. And I like a bit of the golden color goodness there. So I think this is, let me double check. So it's around here. And I think the best thing for me to do is actually to use my little pen here and define a section, because I just have the horrible feeling that I am going to get lost if I don't do that. So, and don't worry about it. This blue color can be erased very easily. So I just want to create a border here so I know where I'm working on. It doesn't look like, a large area, but for me, it's slightly on the large side. So this will be the focus on the area I'll be focusing on today. So yeah, so it's a bit of a hybrid. I'm clearing off all the part threads and then cross country, basically color completion rather. Here we go. So let me know what you're working on. I've also opened a Diet Coke as well, my guilty pleasure here. Let me take a sip. Oh, it's very, very good. Very, very, very refreshing. So, so Travis says puzzles, Yogi. So you were talking about, let me go back to your, oh, okay, I get it now. So Travis says, I saw the reading nook and the candy one Yogi is working on. I see. Oh, for puzzles. I thought you said pizza. So I was very confused. I thought, yeah, what's that to do with pizza then? Even though stitching pizza sounds amazing, delicious. I love stitching food. And Maddie says, how beautiful. I know, isn't it gorgeous? It's Kim Jacobs, the hidden gem. Not many people know about Kim, but I love Kim. And let's have a look. Suzanne says, I'm working on Red Rock Mystique, which is a horse. It's really pretty. Oh. John says, 6'3"? Are we doing another marathon? What do you mean? What is 6.3? Oh, 6.3 as in the percentage of completion. 6.3, yes. Jan, thank you for your support. I know in order to reach 6.3, we'll probably need 10 hours. Absolutely. You know me too well. You know me too well. So let me zoom in a little bit already. We've barely started. The roasting has already started. Yes. Here we go. So there are quite a lot of part threads are not marked on my app here. So I'm gonna just catch up as I go. Hopefully it won't be too messy here. So let's have a look. That one, okay, there is actually another one here. So I'm warming up, guys, warming up these little hands. And for today's session here, so it's all about part thread management. I'm working on this piece. So the first one I'm going to be working on is, so just one stitch. Oh, there are a couple of others. Maybe I'll take it over there. Very risky. I think I'm gonna stitch this one stitch in the corner here and then end it. It's tidier. And Serena says, I'm gathering my colors for tonight's session on Tiger Glass by Kathy Amaral, as usual, on 25 counts, 1/1/4 cross. Wow. something the tiger themed, and a nice cup of coffee. Absolutely can't go wrong with coffee. So this one is just one stitch. I'm gonna do a boomerang here. Okay, so this is the area I'm gonna be working on, aiming to fill as many stitches as possible. This piece is absolutely beautiful. Just one stitch and I'm going to end this one. Very simple start here. 975. So I'm using CXC, by the way. So the stitches are very full because CXC's floss provides very good coverage. 975. Here we go. Puzzles, not pizzas. Still makes me laugh. Hi, Marsha is here. Good morning, Australia. Good morning, Marsha. And I wonder what time it is today on Saturday. It's already next day. Susan, thank you. I figured that out. Did I misread it or Travis mistype it? I can always blame Travis. It's not me, it's him. So this one I've got 3 stitches. Nice and simple. And I think I am going to just make these lines a little bit clearer. So I'm just using a pencil here. So this would differentiate from the actual border of the area I'm working on. Here we go. Nice and clear here. Oh, busy mom is still at work. She said, I'm at work for a couple more hours, so I'm listening, drinking water. Yes, and after that, you'll be able to join us. We'll keep you company. 1, 2. And I'm going to end it. Very nice. So the boomerang means I don't have to drag the threads 10 stitches away and do an ending like this. That's what I used to do. 779. There. It's my little sewing machine there. There. River, hello. Hello, hello. Welcome. Happy Friday. And Grace Houston as well. She says, hello, Yogi and Stitchy friends. Indeed. Hello, hello. That one doesn't exist. Let me see. So I've got multiple part threads there. Right. There. I'm trying to, oh dear, okay. Oh, I know what's happening. Yes, it's a little bit messy because I transfer the pattern over from Pattern Keeper. So a lot of legacy stitches and part threads are not being marked correctly. It's part of the challenge. I don't mind it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. There. 10. Oh, I see what's happening. Why don't I have a feeling if I start working from right to left rather than bottom and up, because what's happening now is a lot of part threads, so I have a lot of colors down here. Actually, there are a few stitches up here as well, and it makes it a little bit tricky to navigate through. And I think I'm going to start here and see how it goes. This is what happens when you transition from one method to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. So I'm going to improvise. I'm not going to follow a, the order. I normally work from bottom up, but in this case, it's probably better from right to left. Kelly's here. Kelly's Quilts Plus is in the chat. Welcome. So that's 1, 2, and I think I'm going to remove these stitches as well. I'm really busy. There are a lot of things I need to kind of improvise as I go, because these are no longer needed. Maddie says 3.25 done on my bear. Whoa, amazing. Every percentage is a milestone for sure. Well done. And no, I feel like a hairdresser. Two. I'm warming up. See, previously when I used to end my threads like this, if I do park at the same time, a lot of times I do, and I just run into those part threads. It's really annoying. And now we don't have to do that with boomerang. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. And I think I'm going to remove this one as well. There you go. So it's 3 from top. 1, 2, 3. And 3 from the left. There. And actually, there's another stitch on top as well, so it's slightly all over the place. But it will be fine. It'll be last one. Oh, Suzanne. Suzanne says, I posted a picture of my bridge today. I hit 26%. Wow. It's a beautiful piece. Beautiful sky and everything. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. There. Just one stitch here. And boomerang. There you go. And let me just have a look at my sorting right now. So currently, yes, I'm on. Currently, I'm following the part threads. One thread at a time, one color at a time. 1, 2, 3. There. Susan says, and that's why part threads are the devil's work. Oh, Susan. Susan, you should give it a try. You might love it, you know. Change it up a little bit. I know. If you don't like parking, this is kind of your nightmare, isn't it? For me, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Trust me. There's something very therapeutic about, you know, having to manage something that looks totally chaotic, but you know exactly what they are, what they're for. There's something very, very, very calming about that. Here we go. So I'm going to just go over here. Is there any kind of new methods I just want to try? And 1, 2. No, but Susan, the whole point is there's no confusion. You're just working through, and following the order because they're not part there randomly, Susan. They're not rogue threats. They're there for a reason. And if you part a thread somewhere, you know what they are and you know what they're for. And there's a strategy to how you part them. And it's very orderly. It's very therapeutic. Two more here. Oh, I've got another thread here. So what I'm going to do is to stitch over there. I think it's the same color because previously I was working parking block by block. So so I am going to do a boomerang here. This is the last stitch here. And also there's a part thread here as well of the same color. Don't worry, I'll use it up later on. Alice and Rennie, hello. And Alison says, no stitching tonight as out for dinner and had a few large wines. Oh, how large is a large wine? The glasses come in different sizes, don't they, in the restaurants? And she says, back at the caravan, chilling. I'm watching you, hobby watching the Scotland game. Goodness. Yes, definitely not watching that. Know nothing about sports. Yeah, it might be a little bit dangerous, stitching after a few large wines. Or maybe you stitch faster, who knows? Kelly says, I think path threads everywhere would drive me batty. But I could see the point of parking few of them, depending on what is currently being stitched. I think the reason I have so many threads is because previously I was working block by block. So each block has its own threads, and there are probably a lot of duplicated, sort of similar, same colors on different blocks within this area. Their legacy. I think if you park following a consistent method, then you shouldn't have this many at the same time you have to deal with. Imagine if I just doing block by block, this is all I have to worry about at one time. But because I'm just getting, a little bit ambitious, changing my methods. But it's good fun though, because by the time I clear everything up, I'm gonna feel like I've cleared the house, kind of. It's probably the similar kind of pleasure some people get, not me. Some people get with cleaning the house. I wish I had the same interest in cleaning, but I don't. Okay, over here. And also at the same time, I have to figure out what they are exactly. I know I'm hoping they're parked at the right spot, but my app is not matching up. My app is not registering all the part threads there. So I kind of have to figure them out one by one. Okay, here. And check the colors as well. So quite a lot going on here. And this one is manageable. So within this area. And every time I clear one thread, one color, I feel better. I feel like I've done something. You know, I'm turning all the threads into stitches, which is quite nice. And today I was looking at my Gecko Rouge pattern there, the massive one. I'm having trouble converting it into to make it work for Saga because the thread colors are all over the place. Because Gecko Rouge, they hide DMC colors. So I kind of have to work it out myself, or the chart wouldn't be workable. I like to have that pattern on Saga as well. Just more fun, more options. Another one done. Nice. I feel good. Oh, Kelly says I would never stitch block by block. Really? Yeah, I like block by block sometimes. I haven't done that much. Well, yeah, I have. Which piece was that? The chocolate shop. I'm working block by block parking. Similar to this, but Suzanne says, I really like parking. It feels like you have less work when you get to those part threads. I know. They're just there waiting for you. It's like parked cars. You know, you just walk to the cars. They're there waiting for you. Not that I know anything about parked cars. I don't drive. Okay? I ride my bicycle. Okay, now I know what this is. Let me double check the color. It doesn't look quite right. Let me have a look. 3721. 3721. The swatch is not always accurate, but it's worth checking. 3721, indeed, is not the correct color. Let me see. Which one could it be? Maybe it's that one. 3A5A? 3A5A? No. Which one this is? Let me see. That one. 3A5A, maybe that one. I have no idea. Which one is this? The color doesn't look correct. It's a guess game. In that case, if I can't figure it out, I'll just snip it, unfortunately. Because otherwise it's going to take forever. And a day it's not a puzzle game. It's not supposed to be a puzzle game. Now this one. That one looks correct. Leslie says it looks like Sudoku with threads. Could be a new sport. Yeah, it's a little bit like that, isn't it? And you feel good once everything is in place. That one, 1, 2. And the thing is, when you're focusing on managing the threads and where to stitch, etc., and before you know it, you see the picture emerging. It's really fun. It's really fun. Because all the parking and stuff is kind of distracting, but you know, it's always a nice surprise when you start to see the picture. And 3 more. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. And there's one more, slightly far away. Oh, should I? Might as well. It's a little bit daring, but I am going to... Oh no, never mind. Let me end this. I was thinking about taking over just to make that one stitch over here, but that's probably not wise. 1, 2. I'll do it when I get to this area. 3A60. Kelly says, I think I just don't like the firm lines anywhere. No, no block by block, no diagonal. Yeah, if I do diagonal, I will only do block by block. You know, some people do that straight line diagonal, strip by strip. I can't really do that. It makes me nervous. Oh, my Diet Coke. Yeah, but block by block, I have no problem with that. It's quite manageable, you know, it's just 10 by 10. So you're not overwhelmed. With some pieces, it's quite nice. And to be honest, at the very beginning, because this was one of my first 10 stitches. So even though this is 22 counts, the stitches are not super tiny. I was a bit worried that because CXC is quite full, I was worried that by doing color completion, it was going to get quite, you know, the stitches are going to be quite crowded. And so in the beginning, up to maybe 2%, I was doing block by block, but row by row at the same time, because I wanted to make sure the stitches are not going to be too crowded, too jammed, sort of packed against each other. But it took me a while to realize that the color completion is kind of okay. So occasionally come to the slightly crowded area, so it feels a little bit tight, but otherwise it's kind of okay. So it's a little bit faster. In the beginning it was very, very slow, but very, very neat, because I was doing row by row as well. The patience of a saint, really. And sometimes you're in the mood to do that, you know, not always, not always. So this one, I'm going one above, Trying to figure out what they are. I think this is correct, and I've got only 3 stitches. See, I'm clearing up this area already. I'm feeling good. River says, today I'm working on columns using the typewriter method. Columns. How wide is your column? Like a 10 stitches width? I think River is quite adventurous with changing methods as well. A little bit like me. Because by changing methods, sometimes the same piece feels like a new project. That's why I just kind of like to change it up from time to time. Just, you know, everything feels fresh and exciting. So I admire someone like Gemma or Komari. You know, if you know Komari, this Japanese floss tuber, Gemma, probably most of you know, they pretty much stitch the same way throughout all the projects I've seen. Gemma is sticking with Gemma's method majority of the time with her main pieces, and Kamari is always doing I think mini cross country, just one strand at a time. Her strands are quite short, and she would just finish that strand, switch to another, and so on and so forth. She doesn't change method ever. She never parks. 3A, 5A. And so, yeah. And she also only focus on one project at a time for the eternity. So, yeah, very, very different. I think the way you stitch is a reflection of your personality as well, for sure. A rabbit hole, stitching down the rabbit hole says, I switch methods all the time. I won't go cross country, but I'll go cross the street. And I only park in one close-in short-term parking, not a long-term lots of edge of the airport. So everybody has their sort of comfort distance, isn't it? So I've been slightly more adventurous recently, but up to this point, to be honest, cross country, or I tend to call it mini cross country. I know it's not a long distance, tend to be just a couple blocks. Anywhere beyond, I start to get nervous and start to get lost. So, but everybody's different. Some people can wander a little bit further. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That. And that's the one. Very nice. So here we go. I'm starting to find the flow now, because it was a little bit, the start was slightly shaky because I was trying to figure out what would be the best way to approach it, because it's slightly unusual transition. But I think it's doable. gonna mark them as I go. Maddie says, yeah, I would have the first two main colors part on the second page so I could do a quick start. Maybe there's a comment bit before that. I missed it. Cross the street, I know. I do the cross the village method. And my village tends to be quite close by. Quite drawn to this area. It's got a lot of like golden colors. So I'm doing these four. And this piece feels very different from the quoting room, for instance, even though the style-wise, it's quite loose and quite kind of sketch-like, similar to the quoting room, but the color scheme is very different. And also slightly different from other pieces as well. You know, I was talking about this piece called, is it Feed and something the other day. Which I'm really drawn to as well. But the color scheme is a lot lighter, whereas this one is a lot stronger, but still has that kind of really gentle feel to it. I think that's the theme of Kim Jacobs' work. You know, everything's so gentle, but so appealing. Right, so I am done with this one for now. And I am going to move to the next one. So it's 1, 2, 3 from the left. And is it 4 from top? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from top. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3. I need to figure out what they are one by one. I think I got it. So this one only has three stitches. 3 stitches. Kelly says, my method has served me well for 30 years. I don't really see any reason to switch up at all. Well, I think if you find a method you just love and it feels like coming home when you do it, yeah, you can stick with that. Absolutely, why not? A lot of people do, a lot of stitchers do that. But they're also a lot like me. We just have to change it up, or I get bored. I absolutely get bored. But the thing is, though, every time I discover a method I love, and I just want to change all my projects to that method. And then I'll just go, well, maybe that's enough for now. And then switch another method. And I think that's my sort of favorite method ever. So my current method is always my favorite method. So that's a bit like that. That's 3 stitches, 3, 7, 7, 2. There. It's already looking a lot more manageable now. Hello, Captain Squirrel. Welcome. And Betty's here as well. Betty says, I told Hobby, I'll park into the next county, but won't cross the state line. Yes, that's your comfort zone. I get it. I get it. So this one is 2 from top and 2 from the right. Okay. 2. I think that's the one. Oh, it doesn't look right. The color doesn't look right. Let me have a look. So it is 2 stitches. 2 stitches from top and 2 from the left. Yeah. 2 left from the right. Oh, okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's me. It's not an app. Busy Mom says, I always stitch block by block as a diagonal, but then I found you, Yogi, and I go all over the place and I don't park anymore. And I enjoy stitching much better. Oh my God, yeah. I mean, you know, maybe cross country is your thing now. I change back and forth, you know, I just like changes. But I also picked up so many different ideas from you as well, from people in the chat, people on our group, the Facebook group, and you know, so I'm inspired to try everything. It's like this method I'm trying to do now, the 1, 2, 3, you know, following the DMC number, because previously I was thinking, why would you ever want to follow the DMC order? It doesn't mean anything. Because before that, I was doing the minimum to max, which has some logic to it. Because, you know, if you do so, that means it makes your stitches a lot tidier. Because, you know, you don't end up having to do like single stitches at the end of each area. And yeah, but then I learned that this is fun, just for the fun factor, because it's full of surprises. So you know, I'm getting a lot of inspirations and ideas from you. There. So this one, oh, it's got quite a few over here. Let me see if I can move down. Goodness, there are 46 stitches of this color. Didn't realize. I think I'll just stitch until I run out of this thread. 1, 2, 3. So I'm slightly behind in the chat. Oh, Joyce is here. If I haven't said hello to you, I will get to you. I'm just slow at reading, and I hate missing sort of reading the comments. Oh, Vaduhi is here. Hello. Hello, Vaduhi. And who else is here? Let me scroll through. Jan says, I have absolutely no sense of direction, so I don't dare cross country. You can cross to the next village like I do. Suzanne says, feed and see. Yes, I just have trouble remembering that title. I just love that piece. It's so gentle, you know. And Rose is here. Hello. Tracy Dumas is here as well. She says, I think it's fun doing different methods on different projects. Keeps it interesting. Absolutely. You and I are in the same camp. Oh, Joy says, I had to unlurk. Were you lurking, Joyce? Had to unlurk because I've got Spooky Bingo 3772. Oh, that was the previous one. Sorry, I missed that. Round of applause. Today's first Spooky Bingo. So if you don't know what Spooky Bingo is when, you know, I've got a habit of calling out my thread number, color. DMC color, and very often when I call it out, someone in the chat will go, I'm stitching the same color, and we call it Spooky Bingo, and it's perfect because now is Halloween season. Yes, it's double spooky. It's quite funny. And clearly, if we get 666, you know, Spooky Bingo, then a portal will open. And a portal to Stitcher's Paradise. So we're still waiting. Maybe it will happen when we have that simultaneous 666 bingo happening in the chat. Maybe on Halloween day, or maybe Friday the 13th. Do we have Friday the 13th this year, I wonder? I remember there were a few years that were just multiple Friday the 13th. Today's Friday, but not 13th. And maybe the next Halloween Sao, it's going to be next Friday, I think. And maybe we can tell ghost stories to each other to try to scare each other. I've got a few. And they're very scary. Tracy Dumas says, I'm new enough to cross stitch that I don't have any favorite methods yet. Interesting. You will at some point. For sure. Because in the beginning, I was researching everywhere on YouTube, trying to find different methods. Because, you know, I was trying to figure out which one flows with me best. So I was researching like a crazy person. This one. Slowly clearing off all the past threads. It feels good. Feels very good. Right. Yes, Travis has been doing single color cross country with 310. Very bold, very bold. Right. Let me park as not park. Let me mark as I go, so I don't get lost. One more here. But I think my theory, okay, I have another theory. I think people who are stitching with the same method all the time probably would be more monogamous. I don't like that word with the project actually, because it's not a relationship. It's more like food choices, you know. It's more like what would I like to eat today, type of thing. But I think people who stitch only one project or very few projects probably tend to stick with similar methods at a time, or you know, or maybe single method of choice, and they just stick with it. It goes with the personality, doesn't it? That's my theory. Because if you think about Komari, for instance, that's what she does. She's very single-minded when it comes to projects, one at a time. She used to, I think, she used to stitch a single piece before she allows herself to stitch something different. But I think recent couple of years, she allows herself to side quest a little bit from time to time. But she still has one single project that she stitches with. She kind of work with, and it kind of goes with the territory of the method as well. She doesn't change her method. She's just happy with it. Whereas I've got God knows how many whips, and I change my methods daily. It's just the personality, I think. Laura says, I'm working on Traveling Library 666. Oh my goodness. Anyone else is stitching 666? Goodness. It's kicking off. It's happening. One, two, three, four. See, I've cleared pretty much, well, two more left, but very close to clearing off the first block. Three. And two more here. Marilyn is here. Hello, Marilyn. Good to see you. We have two Maddies here, so it's a little bit, I need to tell them apart, be able to tell them apart. So Knitting and Crochet is also Maddie, and we have another Maddie as well. Maddie A, Maddie B. Joy. Joy Finney. Finney? Is it Joy Finney? Hello? Hello, hello. And now the next color. So this one is the third one from the right there. It's like a puzzle game, trying to figure out what all these path threads are and match the colors. Oh, Heather. Heather is a cross-country girl. You can't fence me in. That's so funny. For me, it really depends on the day. Some days I just want to cross-country, not too far, but far for me. But some days I just want a good old parking, you know, block by block method. Or Gemma stitching, Gemma's method. It's different days. It's like, you know, some days you like to have some avocado. Some days you want some tofu. So vegetarian, the vegan analogy. Sorry. For a lot of you, you probably go, why do you eat that? Sounds awful. Right, I'm going to move down actually. Now, I think I found the strategy to tackle this. Improvisation as I go. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Oh, M Knitting says mine is spelled Maddie. You can call me Madison. Madison. Though it's easier. Kenzie. What? That's totally different. Are you trying to confuse me? I finally remember your name is Maddie. I know it's spelled differently, but it sounds the same, doesn't it? And now, it's Kenzie as well. Oh dear. No, I think you're still Maddie to me. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to, you know, mess it up. So it's Maddie, let me see. Maddie, knitting Maddie. Maddie, the knitter. And the other one. Oh, names are tricky. I'm terrible. I have to do register for all my students every class. It's like, you know, a comedy show. I just mess them all up. These poor students. Ooh, first slip stitch. I'm gonna do a little pin then. Maddie says, this piece is absolutely beautiful. Do you buy CXC from a specific place? I saw some on Amazon, but they aren't the real CXC according to reviews. They're fake. I didn't know they're fake ones. Oh dear. If you're asking me, depends on where you are, Maddie. I can't remember where in the world you are. But I buy from a vendor on Etsy, the UK vendor. I bought 2 sets from them. But the thing is, I only realized recently with CXC, there are ones that's got 2 labels and ones that's got 1 labels. I don't know whether they're different thread-wise, but the ones I've got, both sets, they're single label. So I don't know whether that means anything, if anybody knows. Maybe they're packaged differently because they're made in different locations. I have no idea. But I go on Etsy. That's where I get my CXC from. I love CXC though. You know, I have to confess, when I first got CXC, I kind of saw it as a cheaper version of DMC. And that was the sole reason I got CXC, because I wasn't sure whether I was going to like, you know, full coverage. I didn't want to invest too much money with DMC. I mean, if you didn't know, DMC is very pricey over here in Europe and certainly in the UK. So originally I just thought, well, it's a cheaper version of DMC. But I realized that I really like it because, first of all, the coverage is superb. You look at this, you know, this is a 22 count and it's totally full with 10 stitches. And also I love the feel, the feedback of the thread going down and up through the fabric. DMC is lovely, you know, the colors are so pretty, but I don't know, it feels too glossy to me sometimes. So, you know, like Sweet Shop, I chose DMC specifically because of the, you know, color, the sort of slightly shiny tone of the threads. But for a piece like this, I really don't want shiny threads. You know, sometimes certain colors, lighter colors with DMC, it just looks glossy unnecessarily. So I really like CXC in that regards. The coverage and also the tone of the colors. It's more matte. I think I might. Should I take it down here? It's a little bit far away. But why not? Being a little bit adventurous here. So it really depends on where you are location-wise. But Etsy is a pretty good place to go. Janelle, hello, good morning. Happy Saturday. Marilyn says, I just got my full set of CXC in the mail. I'm super excited to try it out, Yogi. Do you use cardstock for your full set? What do you mean by cardstock? So you need to explain to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maddie says, I'm in the States, North Dakota. So in that case, probably I'll need to rely on the chat. If you're in the USA, can you recommend a good place or vendor for Maddie to get CXC? The real ones. I didn't know they're fake ones. those ones. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Marilyn has come up with some suggestions. So she's getting her CXC from Naughty Unicorn Crafts. Maddie, you got a new name, Maddie Cross Stitch. I like it actually. It's a bit shorter. It's a bit because I'm always scared when I see a really, really long name. So either I'll have to remember the person's name, or I have to read out the entire, the entire thing. So purely from selfish point of view, I like your new name a lot. It's very nice. Rebrand, I love it. So spontaneous. Oops. Another slip stitch. Yes, for my sake. Please, all everybody modify your names and make it very short. If you can. Something really easy to remember, you know. Because the other day I was talking about people sometimes use different handles on YouTube and also on Facebook as well. So sometimes it takes me ages to figure out, you know, this person's that person. It's bad enough as it is with all the different YouTube names, and I have to remember who they are on Facebook as well. Oh man. Maddie fixed her name. I love it. And Mandy says, I use Factory Shop on AliExpress. It's probably regarding the CXC as well. So it must be tons of places you can get. Travis says, I don't know if you talked about this when I was away, but I'm glad I switched needle size. Oh, Travis says, I'm using size 28 now instead of 24, and my stitches look much better. Right. Are you doing 2-strand? Isn't 28 a little bit harder to thread? Because I tend to use 28 for single strand. Because I'm not, I'm slightly clumsy when it comes to threading. But I'm happy that you're happy with 28. I think the best size of needle is the one that you felt most comfortable. So I tend to go for finer needles, because some people would probably stitch 22 counts with 26. Oh, I'm doing 26. Maybe some people would use 24, for instance. But I tend to go down one size. It's personal preference, totally. So if you're happy with it, it's the best size needle for you. Busy Mom says, I'm in the US and I got mine from Temu. Is it Temu? Temu? Badu, he says, Etsy US would be go-to. Yes, I think Etsy is a good place as well. There you go. So my strategy now is, instead of color completion and try to stitch all the stitches of the same color, if I run into these part threads, I'll just end it here and then come back later with that color. So I'm kind of not doing color completion, which will make the matter a little bit easier. River says, can you make a post to the group where everyone who has YouTube channel in the group can list their channel? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of you are already doing that. Sometimes when they have, yeah, that's a good idea. So all the floss tubers can share their channels or their Etsy shops or whatever they're doing there. That'd be, yeah, that's a great idea, River. I'll definitely do that. Miaolin says, Yogi, I refer to the floss cards. Okay, floss cards. Is it paper that's laminated or card? No, I use cardboard. I can show you my floss organizers here. So normally I just print on not super thick cardboard. So I'm just showing this one. I'm showing you my DMC one. It's a little bit more manageable because my CXC one is very, very thick right now. But I'll show you my current floss organizers. In case you're wondering, you haven't seen it before. I think all the regulars have seen this. So I basically print out these cards, and they're on cardboards. They're not laminated, but I stick a piece of felt on top for parking my needle, so you can literally just have your needle threaded or not threaded. So these ones are just threading through with just the threads without a needle, but you can literally just slide your needles with your part threads, with your threads, and then just stock it there until next time. And so pretty much all my master sets are done this way. So these are just the cards on cardboards. I have a template that you can have for free. It's on our group, our Facebook group. You can download it. It's a PDF, really. If you have a printer, or you can take it to the print shop. So they're printed 2 cards on a single A4 paper. And you can just cut it out or use some fancy machines. I know at least one of our viewers has got like a super duper, some sort of machine that you can just cut it. And so with these cards, the templates, you can have your DMC numbers, and or you can have symbols. I used to use symbols. I've got one set for the Gecko Rouge. So this is just for one single project. So there's space for symbols as well if you want to. And if if you're a little bit handy with the software, you can literally put a PDF, type in the numbers, and then print them out instead of handwriting, and the symbols as well. So it's up to you. And I bind them together with some, this is kind of a soft metal thingy that you can attach together and create a circle, basically, a loop that you could just hold it together like a binder. And the bottom one I borrow from who's that lady? Stitching Masterpieces. Really clever lady. She came up with the idea of using a bag just to protect the floss. So my previous version was basically just having these cards bind together on the upper left here. So I used to bind it this way and then just open it like a book from right to left. and but all the threads just dangling downwards, exposed. So I was a bit worried, but I didn't have any sort of solution until I saw this bag solution idea from the lady there, Stitching Masterpieces. And so now it's pretty much the message of my choice. I just flip them through like a book like this. So these are all master sets. It's got all the spaces for DMC numbers. Some of them I haven't got on my set, so I just top them up as I go, and that's it. That's all the DMC projects are here. And I've got one set, as I said, this is a Gecko Rouge set, smaller. And I've got a massive, okay, brace yourself. I've got a massive, where is this? CXC, because I just loaded so much of the floss. It's usable, it's just slightly bigger. And with these ones, I dock my needles with threads quite a lot, so I'm using that. If I'm not using the needle boards, docking my needles on the organizer. So there you go. So that's my thread card. You can download the PDF. You can grab it from the Facebook group. Go to the features and you'll be able to find the post where I post the link as well. So you can just print them out if you want to. So no lamination. I mean, the cardboard is really, to be honest, very, very sturdy. Because these cards, I've been using them for probably at least 2 years. Use them very frequently and they're fine. They're not breaking or anything. So, hope that helps. Maddie, you can lurk until you unlurk yourself. I'm sure you will. Betty says, I get mine from AliExpress, referring to the CXC floss. Yes, Betty, do you think that as far as the floss goes, other than the packaged differently, do you notice any difference between two labels and single labels? I didn't even know there was such a thing as a two label CXC till recently when we were talking about it. So I think the two labels, if I remember correctly, I think maybe slightly easier to get kind of the threads out comparing to single ones, because single ones, I can't do it the same way as the DMC ones. You know, DMC ones, you pull from the bottom label and the thread just comes out. Oh, River says, I've ordered from factory shop twice. Both times there was missing threads. Here we go. Let me find the next color to do. Let me see, why don't I work on this one? So it's this one down here. And Betty says, I wonder, will the cereal box be strong enough? I haven't had cereals for a long time. I don't know how thick those cardboard is. But to be honest, I can give you the weight of my cardboard, actually. Let me just refer to my own post there. I think it's maybe because they come in different weights. Let me just have a quick reference to my own post there. I can't remember. It's under the featured section. And guys, if you're part of the Facebook group, from time to time, go to featured section, because I tend to stick really useful posts under featured. So it's a whole bunch of really useful information posted by all of you. So I think mine is at the bottom there. Let me just find it, because I put the weight of the cardboard as well, and it's very sturdy. Okay, I've got it. So the weight is 400 GSM, whatever that is. I think that is just how they measure how thick the cardboards are. So 400 GSM. And it served me well. No problem there. So, and I just got a whole pile from Amazon, and they last forever. I'm going to bring it down here. See you later, Tracy. River says, I'm wondering if Velcro tape will work in place of the felt. Well, the Velcro has two sides, isn't it? So all it is, if it's soft enough for your rounded point needle, rounded tip needles to go through, then it should work. It's just a piece of fabric that's kind of, has enough volume to keep the needles there. So something's not too thin and quite easy to insert the needle through. That's all that is. I think felt is perfect. Suzanne says, I got my royal embroidery from factory shop. It takes really long time. I prefer dream stitch instead. And there's just different brands of threads. So this one is 2 from the bottom. That one. One, two. 2 from the bottom. Yes. "21 stitches. Oh dear. 2. But who he says the link to the cards for floss is not working. Let me have a quick check there. It should be working there. Yeah, it's there. It is there. Have a click, click through. It should open a PDF for you. Give it a try. I just done it now. River says how many cards you need for a full set. So each card, so an A4 sheet give you 2 cards, and each card, if I remember, I think it's 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. So each card you can hold 18 colors, and each A4 sheets you can print 2 of them. So those ones, you know, I prefer slightly bigger punch holes because I put a lot of thread through. But so, you know, 18 colors per thread per card. So I'm just having a quick calculation here. So it depends on whether you have the first 35 numbers as well. So this one, the DMC one, let me see how many cards. $29 cards. So it's got a full set, including the first 33 numbers, and with maybe a few. The last card, there are only 3 colors, so a few to spare. If anything's missing, you can just fill in here. So 29 cards. So that's 30, 15 A4 cards, cardboard, something like that. This color doesn't look, let me double check. 3A61. 3A61. Welcome back, Maddie, with a new name. Betty says, Yogi, do you put one scan in each hole? Pretty much, yeah. Not with DMC, because DMC, I find it quite easy to pull out the threads from the bottom label. With CXC, if I try to do that, everything get tangled together. So with CXC, I just put a whole lot on. That's why it's kind of, you know, it's getting quite big in a folder. But it's just easier because I don't have to store the remaining thread somewhere else. I kind of have to find a storage system for that as well. And I'm just too lazy. So I just put a whole lot. Let me see. So the punch holes I've got is 1 centimeter in diameter. So it's got plenty of space for the whole scan. You're welcome, River. Yeah, I think the cardboard, surprisingly, holding up really good. Right? Suzanne says, I had mine printed on normal paper, then I laminated them. Yes, that's an alternative. I think if you watch the lady stitching masterpieces, she hasn't got a laminator, but she used kind of a really thick, clear sticky tape and just, layer on top. Kind of the similar function. Oh, Betty says pulling the CXC from the top, that works for me. Is that the single label one or double label one? I've got a single label one. So I can always try that because it's always I just unpack the whole thing. Otherwise it just gets very messy. So this one I've got. Suzanne says, I bought a really cheap laminator and tons of plastic when it was going out of business. So I have a huge stack. I see. Yeah, that's a really good idea if you have a machine. I never used one, so I don't know how it works. So is it just a machine and some clear sort of plastic sheets that you put through? I've never used one. Here, I think I'm going to move away. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. River says, I fold my scans in half 3 times, then cut, and gives me the perfect length to work with. And a full scan doesn't take up a lot of room. Yeah, definitely. Oops. Totally wrong location. What am I doing? Oh, that's really fast, Suzanne. Suzanne says 16 sheets of paper, maybe 20 minutes with the laminator. I think that's a good idea too if you have the machine, because then you can just use regular papers, A4 sheets, to print them out. But cardboards are quite easy. It's just 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see, Suzanne. So the laminator, basically you need to sandwich the plastic, the paper between the plastic. I see. And you kind of need to line them up quite accurately, otherwise. Yes, Suzanne, I have seen your your version of the needleboard. That works perfectly fine. And a lot of people reuse the Heaven and Earth PDFs because it comes with a list, even though that only works if you do project specific cards. I tend to do master set, so you need to have a full list, the DMC colors or whatever colors. Here we go. Let me have a sip of my tea. I forgot about my mint tea. Should still be nice and hot in my flask. Lovely. I drink my peppermint tea every day, but I enjoy every single day. It's very comforting. Oh, Suzanne, that's very disciplined. Suzanne says this will be a master set. I plan on only have 4 strands. Do you mean like 4 pieces? Because each piece is like 6 strands, isn't it? Or do you mean like literally 4 strands? Oh, I wouldn't be able to do that. I just want to do the whole. I just want to load the whole lot. Let me have a look at this one. So this one's got 32 stitches. I don't think I'll make it that many. This piece. So um, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. You mean A pieces, A sections out of an entire scan. One, two. One, two. Just mark my stitches. Oh, I see. 8 pieces, so each piece is 1 meter. Yes, it's 8 meter per scan, isn't it? River says, I'm getting to where I have separate needle bore for each web. Wow. When I'm done stitching one for a while, I'll wrap the board, needles and all, in a satin scarf and pop it in my project bag. Okay, so one dedicated board. But you can also, have a master board, which you probably need a bigger board. It will make life easier. You just have one for each brand of threads. Because the number of webs will grow, don't they? The number will grow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So where am I? So I've got 2, 4 stitches. I'll just do one. Trying to see where I should go next. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. I can't figure out which one this is. I think 1, 2, 3. I think it's that one. It's like a puzzle game. I'm not sure if I'm winning, but one, 2. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Never mind. Can't figure this out. Whoever says, I thought of a master board, but for me, the issue is storage will come up. My bird will have a party with that. Yeah, but if you have multiple boards, okay, so you're going to wrap them up and store them. Fair enough, if you have a storage solution. But yeah, I think a master board, like a four set, is still not that big. I think my ironing board is about maybe 12 by, or maybe a little bit bigger than 12. Yes, I can't remember the dimension. I'm terrible. Inches anyway. But yeah, just single board. That's it. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. And to be honest, I have my needle balls sometimes propped against the wall on the floor. My cats never take interest. Dolly is not interested in those needles. So I haven't had problems so far, but I think birds are probably different. One, two, one, two. Yeah. Yeah, I like Suzanne's solution as well. For me, it's probably slightly temporary. I'm just worried that it's going to all fall apart. But otherwise, it's a very quick way of creating a needle ball. But Suzanne, is yours a full set of numbers? So basically what Suzanne does is, you can see it from our Facebook group, she posted her needleboard idea. It's basically docking is it A4 sheets or slightly bigger sheets with all the DMC numbers with swatches, and on top of a piece of kind of foam-like material, and she just pinned the sheet of paper up on top to fix it in place, and just stab the needle, insert the needle through the slots and just keep the needles there till next time. It's a very quick way of creating a needle board if you don't want to spend too much work into it. One, two, three, four. I'm gonna just end it here actually. Oh no, there's one more here. Yes, Stitching Masterpieces, she's got her own sort of floss organizer idea going on there. It's more, the holes are smaller, so, you know, but it's very I think it works quite well. That's one route to go down as well. So my version is it's got larger holes because that's how I these are the cards I've been using before I came across her method. So Nine Serena. And let's have a look. So I've cleared up all the part threads here and majority of the bottom block. Feels good. Oh, Betty. Betty says I use a pool noodle to hold my needles. No, I've seen this idea before. I know it's been used. But is it per project, per whip, or per session? How do you organize them? I think what Betty's doing is kind of holding the needles there, kind of a hot needle. I think that's the Gemma's terminology. So it's slightly different from docking needles for the next session and forward. For me, it's kind of permanently there until I need the colors or the needles next time, whenever that is. I think Betty's version is more of the hot needle concept, just for that session with a part thread attached. Let me know if that's correct. I see the orange colors coming through now. Yeah, I think the idea is basically to find a material that you can, insert the needles in until you need it. You need them next time. So you can use, there are all sorts of things that will probably work. I think this one is... That doesn't look right. Ah, I see. So Betty, okay, so maybe I wasn't correct when I say hot needles. Hot needles is a slightly different concept, is when you are working with part threads, for instance. So what Gemma from Gemma Stitches sometimes does is to have, if you work on a certain area with all the part threads here, she needs to switch around. She would keep the needles attached, threaded, and then just dot them at the bottom until she needs it for that session. And then she release all the threads from the needles afterwards. So that's not what Betty's doing. Betty is creating a kind of a needle board. It's not a board, but it's just a needle docking area for a specific project, I think. Maybe that's not correct either. Sarah. But Sarah, you're alien. Sarah says only one needle, no need to dog. I know, you know you're alien. So Sarah is known for using one needle since when? 2007, well, 1970. Never breaks any needle whatsoever. Single needle. And with 7 hours of stitching every day. Yes, this is why you're the leader of the pack when it comes to being an alien. That is, you're leading the alien club for good reason. Because no one else can do that. Oh, Maddie's a single needle person as well. Wow. Maddie, you can go into our alien club as well. You can join. In fact, you have no choice. You're just being taken to the small room to be with Sarah. That's our alien club. You're automatically submitted, being submitted into the alien club. I don't know, I've got a lot of needles. I haven't counted them, but probably hundreds. And they're apart and docked everywhere. Oops, that's not what I wanted to. Oh, busy mom as well. What's happening with all these single needle person? But does that mean you use the same needle or just one needle at a time? Because Sarah is, according to Sarah, she never loses a needle, and she's been using the same one for decades, right? Sarah, am I exaggerating it? That's how I remember. So each time I tell a story, it will be a little bit more exaggerated, over the top, gradually. But it's a good story, right? 2 needles over 4 decades. How's that, Sarah? That's a good story. Wow, a lot of single needle person, no parking. Well, I think if you're not parking, yes, a single needle would do. The question is, do you ever break your needles, and or you literally just using the same needle year in and year out? I'd like to know the brand of Sarah's needle. Oh, so Betty, you don't like threading, is that? Yes, Susan says I most use one needle, but I like to prep ahead of time. Do you like pre-thread them and dot them there for you? Because I was so taken aback when I saw the lady from Masterpieces, Stitching Masterpieces, doing that. She would prep for a session, and she will have a designated area. She uses Saga as well. And from what I saw, she would literally look at how many colors she's working with for that area, and she would thread them with multiple needles and just dot them on her organizer, waiting for her. So that's so super organized. That is just beyond comprehension for me. There's just no way I'll ever. I I come into each piece not knowing what to do at all, not having any plan. Well, ish. I have some rough idea, and I change my mind on the go. So there's no way I'll be able to prep my needles like that. It wouldn't make any sense whatsoever. I was really, really, like mesmerized when I saw that. Sarah says, I use the same needle for every week, a whip for years. The same one. One needle lasts me for about 4 years. Oh my goodness. I lose about 4 of them a day. No, I'm exaggerating, but I lose them constantly. And to the point, I actually have one of these, the magnet here, because if I drop them on the floor, I just don't know where they are. I literally have to just, randomly scan the floor just to find my needles, because otherwise they'll be all over the place. Wow, Sarah. One needle every 4 years. Oh, Sarah's using John James needles. These ones are mostly, well, some of them are DMC, but majority of them are John James. So these are size 26 for 2-strand, but my single strand needles, 28, majority of them are John James. I love John James needles, but I lose them and I break them. Sometimes I bend them so they come out like boomerang shape, slightly arched. is my powerful grip. I can't help it. I break stuff. Okay? I can't help it. Betty says, I had never lost a needle until a couple of weeks ago. Then things just flew out of my fingers. Betty, I don't believe a word you're saying. I don't think that's how it happened. But great story. Betty never lost a single needle, and suddenly the needle is just flying out uncontrollably. My goodness. It's Halloween, that's why. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, yes. I lose them left, right, and center. It's not even funny. And the rabbit hole says, only broke needles when I used these flat metal threaders. Gave them up. Yeah, I don't use threaders. I think they're slower, actually harder to do. Yes, those metal ones. Are you talking about those one piece of metal ones? The became quite popular. Not those the one with sort of really fine loop. Those, yes, those will break your needles. Be very careful. I got a couple of them because I saw everybody using them. I got a DMC one, thinking that would be good quality. And I just pushed them through the holes, and it damaged a lot of my needles. So be very careful with them. And eventually I just find that I don't need threaders. It's actually harder, more work, to pick up the threader, thread it, put it down, and try to find it next time. Whoops. Oh, Suzanne, you're a lot more organized than me. There's no way I'll be prepping anything. I just I just sit down and do it and hope for the best. The less I have to do, the better. That's always my motto. Do less. Enjoy more. Do less. Laura. Laura's having a shock of her life. She's almost woke up my daughter screaming 4 years. I know Sarah is alien. My goodness. Nothing about her stitching is normal. She stitches like 7 hours a day and do thousands of stitches every day. And then she stitches without gridding. No grit, I ask you, Laura. Seriously. And she uses one needle every 4 years. that's 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 Sarah for you. Utterly shocking, that is. Ooh. Steve says, you got your yoga training from Bruce Lee. Yeah, probably. Hercules. Yes, I know. I just break stuff. You know, it's all about the power from within with the yoga. With the yoga practice, you know, I'm just strong. I can't help it. There. Suzanne says, I wax my at the end of my thread and snip it. Makes it easier to thread faster. I just fold it in half. So I've been taught, can't remember why I learned it. So it doesn't matter a single strand or two. I just fold it over my needle like that and then press it, quite flat and then just push through with a needle like that. Hopefully you can see it. And it's through. Yeah, it's gone through. It's very easy. Having said that, there are days that it just doesn't want to be threaded. There are days like that. Where am I? Exactly. Yeah, I actually find threading quite therapeutic. And I think you have to enjoy threading to do Gemma's method because you thread a lot constantly. So it's part of the flow. I am going to end it here actually. A01. Betty says, I told Hobby, if I go missing, my DNA is in any project. Yes, it must be DNA all over the place in our webs. You know, maybe some hair or something else. Who knows? Yes, Suzanne, the wire type is better as threader. They're old-fashioned ones, but they're safer for the needles. Absolutely. I learned it in a hard way. I think the metal just, you know, kind of scratches the eyes, the inner side of a needle, and sometimes they just snap. Happen a few times. Where am I? Oh, I don't think this is the right color. 934. 934. That doesn't look right. Diamond painting with Nicole is here. Hello, welcome. Balana says, I stopped using threaders when I realized it was shredding. Oh, it was shredding my threads. Yes, it could happen too. And learn how to thread from Needlebox video. Absolutely, because you know it just needs a little bit of practice. But as I say, some days it's a little bit like you know, I have to draw parallel to yoga, because some days your balance is really good. I can stand on one leg, no problem. Some days just doesn't work for some reason. The balance is off. And I find threading is a little bit like that. Majority of the days I can just do it, no problem, really easy. But there's some days it just doesn't like it. And those days, you know, occasionally I'll use a threader, but not very often. Not very often. Yes, I think those threaders, you have to be very careful. I think it's okay if you're doing a bit of sewing, you know, you only need to thread like once or twice to do whatever you have to do. But if you're doing parking, for instance, that is, you know, you're constantly threading and unthreading. That wouldn't be good to use a threader. Probably not the best idea. Let me pick this one then. It's easier. Maddie says 400 stitches so far. Wow, a bit of confetti, but still managed 400. Oh, Maddie's showing off. Time for another break. Oh, so Maddie's not done yet. The day is young. 400 is just warm up. Yeah, you and Sarah. You know, Sarah, are you competitive? How about you? How many stitches so far? 4,000 or something like that. Oh, Sarah is competitive. So Sarah waxes her thread for threading. I've tried wax actually. It's first of all it's a bit of a faff, you know, you have to do it. But also I find the thread can become sticky. Does it not? I use the beeswax, if I remember. Because I've seen people doing it on YouTube, so I thought I'll give it a try. And yeah, it's a bit of a hassle, but also I find my threads just become sticky. Yes, Susan, snake method. Well, any method that requires a lot of parking. Yes, because snake method, you literally stitch row by row, right? So yes, it's a little bit like Gemma's method. You have to thread and unthread very frequently. But I find it quite relaxing when it flows with Gemma's method. It just, you know, it becomes kind of just automatic. You thread, unthread, you thread again. I think that one will be the last one. Boomerang ending. Oh, it doesn't like it. There you go. So River is threading the same way as me. Yes, I can't remember who taught me. Maybe I learned it from YouTube as well. I actually can't remember. Yeah, you just fold it over the needle and then press it really hard, make it flat, and then just put the needle on top. Right, let's have a look. So these are the only past threads I've got. I've cleared up majority of it. Still a few to go, but looking good. It was like, you know, really messy. Well, not messy, but bushy rather earlier on. So this one is the second one. Maybe that one. Just one stitch. Oh yeah, Suzanne, that's a very good point. Sometimes when you have really short piece left, yes, there are occasions that when it becomes very difficult to thread, then I will use the threader. It doesn't happen that frequently, but yes, that's a very good point. This one, I can't figure out what it is, so I'm gonna let it go. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second one. There you go. I think threading is one of those things that it looks scarier than what it is. And also, to be honest, threading for this type of needle is relatively easy because the eyes are pretty large, you know, comparing to sewing needles, for instance. That's a bit more brutal. Base here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, dear, dear. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suzanne says, I use AI today to help me calculate how much floss I need using the Saga calculator. Oh, but I thought Saga does that for you, doesn't it? Does it not? I haven't figured that part out because I'm not that organized. I think Saga is quite powerful that way. It's just got a lot of tools that I probably wouldn't ask for, but it's there for me. Oh, River. How frequently do you have to clean those cages? And I can't remember how many birds you've got. You've got more than one, right? You've got at least 2. And do they live in the same house or have they got their individual bedrooms? These ones. Ah. That's very organized, Suzanne. So this one, I can actually take it down here. So normally I just, if I particularly with DMC, because CXE I've got enough to last me for a lifetime. I've got two full set a couple of years ago, so I'm just using those. But with DMC, I tend to kind of just put them on my spreadsheets, the Google one, kind of just list the numbers that's running a little bit low, maybe 50% or so, and build up the numbers of them. And if it reaches about maybe 25 colors or scans that I need, then I place an order. So I'm not, technically I shouldn't run out. But I don't kind of pre-order them, I don't order enough for all my projects because I just don't know how much I need. Not very precise at all with quantity. Maddie says, I'm probably going to spend the evening organizing my craft room. Very nice. It's nice to have a dedicated space for stitching, isn't it? Just somewhere peace and quiet. And to put all your stuff as well, so you can organize them in a way you like it, like your own space. So the space, the room I'm in doing this streaming, is pretty much kind of my craft room, really, because everything in here is kind of mine. And my partner's got a room of his own as well. So I think it's healthy to kind of have a space that you can just, do whatever you want. Put your own stuff, your hobby, etc. Rather than sharing space all the time. I just don't think, for me, it felt quite claustrophobic. But obviously it's not always possible. If you don't have enough spare rooms, then, you just have to share. Two over here. Busy Mom says, in Saga, is there a way to have the box filled in, so you don't see the symbols when you complete the stitch? Is there a way to have the box filled in? Not quite understanding what you mean by that, Busy Mom. So you don't see the symbols when you complete. Oh, you mean the completed ones, that whether you could kind of hide them. Oh, hit the S stitch icon. Yes, I can do that now, actually. I only figured that out very recently. So if you're using Saga, and if you don't want the symbols to be there once they're stitched, you don't care, you could go to the stitch panel where that looks like a checkerboard. Oh, not this one, sorry, the grid. So there's a S symbol. Let me just zoom that out a little bit so you can see. So basically you can hide the symbols from the stitch area. For me, it's very disorientating. I definitely need the symbols, but some people can, prefer just have flat colors. I find the Gemma from Gemma Stitches does that as well. So all the stitch area just turn into a swatch, kind of just a dot. So that's the S symbol. Turn it on. Much better for me. Yes, so that's what Suzanne meant. Yeah, I need the symbols. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where I am. Jam's here. Hello. Oh, happy party time zone. Yes, stitching time is the party time. Welcome. Suzanne says different from Android. Yes, the interface is different, but I'm sure the functionality is the same. Just find the S symbol. I'm sure that there is one. But if you're on iOS, that's how it works. Well, I hope the Android version will come back very soon, because then they'll be able to implement all the newer features that is on iOS. It's about time, isn't it? Seriously. Oops, sorry. I forgot to switch view. You're looking at the screen there. I hope you enjoy that. I think these are done. River says, I have 2 birds, separate cages, and I deep clean them once a week. Wow, that's a lot of work. So they have separate homes, separate rooms, and you have to clean once a week. Ha. Yeah, I think for birds, they don't really make a mess other than the kind of litter tray, equivalent of litter tray for cats area. They probably need to clean up. But what I would love for Saga to do is, for instance, if I bring up the screen back, for instance, I'm highlighting a color. Let me pick one. I would like the border to be hidden once I stitch that stitch, if that makes any sense. If I pick one, let's say if I pick one that's got, on the pattern, that's some have been stitched and some not yet, I'd like to hide the borders, the thick borders, from the stitched ones, because currently they show everything. So this one is probably not the best example. Let me try to see if I can find another one. Let's say if I pick that one, so can you tell? Can you see that? The rear borders, they're around the ones that are already stitched, like here. I don't need to know that. I just want to focus on the ones that I haven't stitched. With Pattern Keeper, you have an option to hide the highlight or borders of the stitches. But for some reason, Saga's got everything, but not this particular feature, which is quite curious. Jamie, yes, Jamie is easier. Thank you. Much better. So Maddie changed her YouTube handle, so it's easier for me to pronounce. That's so kind. Let me see. Where am I? 1, 2. 2 from the left. So I got 6 stitches. Suzanne says, I make it so the unstitched, unhighlighted symbols are lighter. The unstitched, unhighlighted symbol. Oh, right. So they kind of grayed out slightly. I tried that. I think for me that's disorientated, but I can see how that might help some people. Yes, I like everything to be 100%, you know, transparency. Yeah, but I'm just thinking because Saga seems to give you so many options for all sorts of things. So I'm surprised they haven't got an option to hide the borders for the stitches. Suzanne says, I don't wish it highlighted the symbols more like the pattern keeper. So pattern keeper is more like it highlights an entire stitch, isn't it, rather than borders. Yeah, because the borders can be a little bit messy. I do agree. I mean, with Saga, you can kind of create similar effect, but doesn't work very well. So for instance, the borders, you can make the borders so thick, it fills the entire box. So let me show you here. So for instance, currently I've got red borders for my stitches. But if I increase this box border slider, it could potentially fill the entire box. But the problem is the symbols become less, kind of harder to read because depends on the symbols. This one isn't too bad, but I have tried it on different symbols. Some symbols just become so fadey, you can't see very well, I think. But potentially you can just fill the entire box. Ah, right. So the Android version doesn't do it. But even with this, I don't think my preference would be, I think I prefer, let me have a try. Yeah, see, it kind of, oh, see, this is what happens. So for stitch area, for some reason, it buries the symbol. I don't know why it does that. It doesn't make sense. Why will it do that? I think that's why I don't use it, because it's disorientating. Yeah, for some reason that one as well, that one disappears, that one's stitched. It's just a little bit random, I think. Or maybe you can fade it slightly, but then, yeah, it's just a little bit hit and miss there. So I just keep the borders around this thick. Jamie. Yes, I think Jamie is kind of easy because it's similar to jam, isn't it? Jams. Because some people they have totally different names from comparing to their handles. So it's a little bit harder. Even better, good example, Susan Chamberlain. She's Susan here, but she's Lily Grace on YouTube, on Facebook. So both of them sound like legit names, but probably neither of them are her real names. So I don't know. So I have to remember both of them so I know they're the same people. So Susan, you're making my life much harder. There you go. It's looking good. These are the only remaining part threads I've got. I've cleared most of them. Oh, so Susan is your Susan's a real name, because Lily sounds legit. It sounds like a real name. It's not like a Captain Squirrel or something. You know, it's unlikely. You know, it's a real name, but I'm double checking this. Oh my goodness, all these colors are so similar. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Yes. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what? I've been checking. Remember yesterday we're talking about the Mill Hill kits with beads. I had a little look today. Not today, yesterday. Or maybe it was today, I can't remember. I think I found my Christmas project. I think I found it. It's such a sweet, sweet piece I found. I think it's going to be my special Christmas project. Susan says I'm incognito on Facebook. You know, in the beginning, Susan, I don't know whether when you joined the Facebook group, but I think the Facebook, the group has only been around maybe a couple months or a little bit more. When I first started, I actually set the group to public because I had no idea. I just thought, well, you know, why not? It's a group. You know, there's nothing personal there. And everybody was going, actually, can you make it private? And I was like, well, why do you need to do that? It's not like we have anything to hide, you know. And if it's public, everybody can browse it. Maybe there's something useful there. And it turned out is everybody complained that because majority of people probably use the account for other, you know, networking with their friends or whatever. 200 friends. on Facebook, and all of them can see their posts on the group. So I think some of them would like to kind of keep the stitching part of their lives private. And so, because everybody was requesting for the group to go private, so we turned it private. Because in the beginning, it was actually public facing. And I thought it was so funny. I remember maybe it was Nikki saying her friends were there kind of liking her posts, which is quite weird. So I think sometimes you just want to keep certain part of our lives, you know, kind of in a separate space. So Susan, you're probably doing the same. Incognito on Facebook. Everybody's going, who's Lily Grace? Oh, Suzanne, let me see if I can bring it on. Maybe I can show you. It's really, really sweet. But I don't think it would be a sour piece because probably not everybody likes it. So let me see if I can bring it on. I've got a screen grab of it, actually. Hang on, I can show it on our group. Let me bring it on the screen here. Not that one. Hang on. Markup. I'm going to just show you what it looks like. Give me a sec. Are you ready? This is the one. So this is one of the stitching kits. It doesn't look very big, but let me have a look. It's got everything. It's got the house, it's got the fairies, it's got a tree, and it's got a decoration, and it's got a little bird there. I don't know what the deal is. I think they might supply some sort of thingy. It looks plastic, actually, that bird. And I just fell in love with it. I think this will be, and it doesn't look too big, so it's not, you know, it's not intimidating. And I love to be able to try the beaded cross stitching. It's so sweet. It's got snowman as well. It's got everything. Sarah likes it. Yes. Yeah, I was browsing. They've got quite a few Christmas pieces, and but this one just got my attention. I think this will be my little project there. And I never worked with beads with cross stitching, so it would be quite fun to do. It looks manageable, doesn't it? Yes, it's cute. It's really cute. The bird is a button. Oh, as in button, not like the button you can press. Oh, it's a probably. It probably comes with a kit, I'm guessing, because it doesn't look like fabric to me. Maybe just a little thingy that you could just stitch on. It's cute, isn't it? And Susan says, where did you find it? It was Lakeland. I think I had a browse on Google. I think they're sold everywhere, but let me find out the piece. The name of the piece, Lakeland. Oh no, not Lakeland, Lakeside Needlecraft. Let me see. What's the name of the piece? It's called. Why don't I bring on the Oh, I'll just paste in the chat actually. If you're interested, you can have a look. So you can find out the name of the piece. So it's cute, isn't it? And so I just posted the link to Lakeside, but I'm sure you can find it. Depends on where you are in the world. You can probably just search for the name of the kit. It's the Mill Hill Festive Fairy Cottage Beaded Cross Stitch Kit. So sweet. No, Maddie, 1,000 stitches. So you managed 400 since we last spoke. when you had the last update. No way, Maddie. You're determined to join the alien club, aren't you? I think Sarah is waiting for you. she's going to welcome you. Going to welcome you to the alien club. Betty says beads are easier than I expected. My first kit. Oh, I'm really interested in working on them, and they're so pretty as well. Oh, really? Susan says good company, nice delivery. They do 99p DMC as well. Yes, I only found out about them a while ago when I was looking for sort of slightly cheaper DMC. Yes, we'll definitely get that one. So I think that would be my Christmas project. I think if I want it now, I probably need to order pretty soon, because I can imagine when it gets closer to Christmas, you know, it's going to be much busier and maybe shortage as well. Three, 8, 2, 5. Just a little challenge for myself to do something a little bit different. Yes, Susan. Susan, are you interested? Do you want to join me? Our mini sale, just me and Susan. Because originally I wanted to get a beaded kit for Halloween, but then I thought, well, not everybody, you know, can get to order physical kits. So I thought a digital pattern would be better, but it's very pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Susan's got 4 Christmas kits. It doesn't matter if you get one more, you know? Make it 5. Susan said the shop I buy my supplies from didn't have that one, but they had some really cute Santa. And I think I buy one of those instead. Yeah, there are quite a few different choices. Is it a beaded one as well? Because for me, that's my little challenge. Because all the beaded ones that I saw previously, they're all this, you know, ladies in dresses. You probably know which one I'm talking about. It's just kind of lady in dresses, but with beads. And those are not really my style, so I never got them. Very nice. I think I want a piece of, whoops, might have some chocolate here. Chocolate time. Feeling peckish. The power stitching. I'm getting hungry. Let me know if you're snacking as well. Yeah, Susan, have a careful look because when I look at the lakeside link, the thumbnails are not very clear. And then I just went on Google to find the same piece with better pictures, and this one came up. So that's when I decided to get it, because the thumbnail on lakeside is not very clear at all. But this one, you can see every single bead. So pretty. Oh, the chocolate, the dark chocolate hits the spot. Those one, so good. And I'm going to have a sip of my cold coffee as well. Be perfect. Oh, Susan. The grocery stores, they left your snacks. What did you order? They left behind. Sarah, it's almost time for dinner. Oh yeah, it's dinner time where you are. What's for dinner? I have some veggies for dinner. And do we have some tofu? I think we have some tofu as well. Can't remember. Can't remember what I had for dinner. It's been a while. But all that vigorous stitching makes me hungry. Sorry about the noise. The chocolate. What snack did you order? Oh, Sarah says we're having ham and cheese sliders and watching football games. Oh, that sounds very it sounds like what's the word? A bloke's night over here. It's like guys get together. Do you have beers as well? It's gotta have lager. But sliders, yeah, I only learned what they were because I've never heard of sliders over here. So it's kind of like burger buns, aren't they? Sliders are like burgers. Interesting name. I wonder what the origin of sliders are. Oh, Susan. Okay. So you order some chocolate, digestive, and chips. Ah, and they left them behind. Wow. They left the toilet paper behind as well. Oh no, all essentials, all the critical items for survival. The chocolate, bits and digestives, and chips. They're critical for survival. I always have tons of chocolate at home, dark chocolate. And I like the packaging as well. They always look so fun and inviting. I think I can have one more piece there. I'm actually feeling a little bit hungry. Suzanne says, I think sliders is a Midwest thing because we don't use that in California. Oh, I see. Even for Americans, not everybody says sliders. So is it like burgers, right? Just something between two buns, two pieces of bread. A burger bun. I learned that from cookery, from food programs. Here we go. Rabbit Hole says, originally sliders were small burgers with onions grilled into them. Whoa. 4 or 5 bites. Gradually, sliders came to mean any sandwich, a sandwich on small buns. So sandwiches, they can come in kind of, well, I suppose sandwiches, I tend to imagine them and visualize them as sliced breads, you know, and the buns are generally over here, just buns really. Sandwiches tend to imply those, you know, sliced bread, the square ones. So sliders are smaller burgers. Interesting. 4 to 5 bites, that depends on how big your bites are. Maybe 2 for some people and 10 for others. Oh, Jamie says we use sliders if it's small burgers. If it's small, I see. So mini burgers. But why would you want mini burgers? Have larger ones. I think. Why not? Oh, Betty is adding more vocabulary here that I'm not familiar with. Betty says, I think the original sliders were crystals or White Castle. Crystals are all over the South. Is it a burger shop? What's Crystals or White Castle? Suzanne says, I think White Castle was the origin of it, and I don't think we got White Castle. What is White Castle? Is it a shop or a brand? This is like a lesson of American cuisine. Suzanne says, I don't think we've got White Castle in California until the 80s. White Castle. Oh yes, a bab, yes. Bacon babs, yes. So if it's round, yeah, it can be referred to as a bab. And if it's square sliced bread, then that's sandwiches. Yes, that's true. So Crystal or Cristal, was that a burger shop? Like, I don't know. Ah, I see. So they came up with mini burgers. So you can have like more than one with different fillings, I'm guessing. Have another piece. Good night, Sarah. Enjoy your supper, your sliders. Right, where am I? One, two, three. Betty doesn't like cheese. I mean, before I became vegan, I wasn't big on cheese either. I think I like the Swiss cheese. I'm not crazy about cheese, but I don't mind them. Betty, no one likes well, I like pickles actually, but a lot of people don't. And really depends on what type of pickles, because some of them just too strong. But I like pickles. Gray says In-N-Out burgers are very popular here in California. We're seeing a lot of In-N-Outs. Well, some In-N-Outs in London. Never heard of them before. And I think there's another one. Is it Five Guys or something like that? I'm not a big burger eater, so I don't know that much. But is it Five Guys or how many guys? I don't know, two guys. You kind of see them around in London as well. A lot of burger places in London. And Lisa says sliders can be any type of burger or sandwich, but what makes them sliders is they're very small, like really small, like a couple bites. So you probably wouldn't have just one, right? Do you have like 10? I don't know. Do you know how big they are or how small they are? Laura says, Yogi, can I ask how long you've been vegan? I'm trying to think. So I was vegetarian for a few years before I went vegan. So I'm trying to think. Maybe 2011? I think so. I went vegan, but I was vegetarian for maybe 3 years before that. So it's been a while. My God, that's like 15 years. Jeez. So there you go. Betty likes their fries. The Five Guys. Oh, so it's Five Guys, not Two Guys. There's one down the road, actually. They took up the space, used to be a bank, a high street bank, like real bank. And then banks disappear. It was a really nice building, actually. It's a really old building. And I just remember walking past the bank one day and realized the bank disappeared. And it was like Five Guys or something turned into a burger shop. I was very shocked. Mm. But I think Five Guys and places like that, maybe In and Out as well, I'm not sure. They're kind of slightly sort of a market burger places comparing to maybe McDonald's, right? They're considered kind of more kind of a restaurant rather than a fast food store. I don't know. Look at the price buckets, a little bit different. Laura says, my sister is vegan too, around the same amount of time too. It's always a nice reminder of her when you use your cupcake needle minder. Since we get her vegan cupcakes whenever she visits. Yeah, they're vegan cupcakes as well. There are a couple of independent shops. They do vegan baking. And yes, you can totally do vegan cakes. Absolutely. I think it's relatively easy going vegan in London. I remember going to Paris. Oh, it was hard. I think France, vegan hasn't hit France yet. They don't understand it. I went to a restaurant. I said, well, do you have, I'm vegan, and do you have anything that's, not meat? And the waiter says, oh, our salmon is really good today. So there you go. That was the end of the conversation. So clearly they think salmon is vegetable. I'm going to do a boomerang here. Um, Grace says, have you tried vegan cheese called chow cheese? No, I haven't. Sounds interesting. I know there's some vegan cheese shops. They're cheese makers. Not ones you get from supermarkets. They actually make vegan cheese, and I try to make vegan cheese myself using trying to think cashew. Cashew is very good, and almonds as well. You can make really delicious vegan cheese with cashew and almonds. Suzanne says, I have an egg allergy, so I often get vegan things. Right. Yeah, there are all sorts of allergies people have. I think some people choose vegan items because they're allergic to either dairy or eggs. Yeah, not so much because of other reasons, but that happens too. Betty says we started searching mom and pop cafes, so much better fit, so much better. Yes, I think hopefully because there's so many chain sort of eateries everywhere, and you know, I think it's driven a lot of independent diners or shops kind of off the high street. But hopefully it's coming back because people get sick of it. It's like all the coffee shops, like, you know, nothing wrong with Starbucks, but there are just too many of them. And now quite a lot of independent coffee shops are coming back, you know, with personality and everything. So hopefully it was just a phase. The sanity is going to return. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Oh, Grace says, I'm buying the supermarket. It's really good. Really? Chow cheese? I've never seen it in a supermarket. There are quite a lot of Violive and a few other brands, but I haven't noticed. I'll have a look. Yes. Chow cheese. And occasionally I like a nice there are quite a few to choose from now. The vegan yogurt as well. There are ones made with coconut and also with cashew or almonds, all sorts. They're delicious. Oh, Betty. Betty says, Yogi, do you have a Walmart? I don't believe so. I've never seen one. I think it's exclusively American. So is it just a supermarket or does it have other things like clothing or whatever? So we have a shop called, a chain called Marks and Spencer's. They do food, but also household things like clothing and other things. But supermarkets, yeah, normal supermarkets, they don't do clothes, just food and household stuff. I've never seen Walmart over here. Right. Betty says clothing and toys, tools, and food as well. Sounds very much like Marks and Spencer's. I think I'm going to end this one. You know the shopping high street shops in general, it kind of just get a little bit boring because it's always the same shops, and it's almost the same wherever you go. If you go to another city, another country, look at the high street, it's always the same shops like Zara and God knows, Starbucks, whatever, brand stores. Just getting really boring. We need independent shops. Right, I'm just having another piece of chocolate. Supply the energy. Full of stitching. Oh my God, it's 12. Jeez, where's time gone? Susan, checking, are you awake? At least there's another person in the UK that's awake here, stitching. Just double checking. My God, where's time gone? Seriously? Ah, okay. So Betty mentioned Walmart because they have a vegan section. I think it's getting quite good with most shops and supermarkets. There's some vegan stuff. To be honest, just buy veggies. Oh, Susan says Walmart used to own Asta. Really? I didn't know that. Asta is another chain over here. They sold third or 4 years ago. But but why would an American company own Asta? I thought Asta was, oh, yeah, you never know. If you move up the chains, it's always the same people owning everything. They own everything, basically. Susan's still awake. Yes, Suzanne as well. Everyone. Suzanne is even more remarkable because Suzanne is actually 1 hour ahead of UK time. So amazing, Suzanne. Very good. I am going to pick one more color then. Why not? Why not? Since you're still awake with me. Let me do one more. So today, mostly just working on clearing out the part threads. I'm not doing too badly. There's just a few left, and I filled in quite a lot of stitches. So today is going to be very hard for you to guess how many stitches because it's all over the place. All over the place. Why don't I take this one? Susan as well. Good. Just checking, you know. I don't want to be on my own here in the UK, the lone stitcher in the village, stitching by myself. I have Susan here and Suzanne in Europe. Suzanne says, I think I got working on 25 count 10 stitch. Have you got projects that's 25 count 10 stitches? Because I've got the kitchen maquette piece that is 25 counts. This one is slightly larger, it's 22 counts. Asta was quite big. I don't think I've been to Asta. I have to confess. I don't know. Have we got Asta over here? It's a supermarket as well, isn't it? Just regular supermarket. I don't think. I'm sure there are probably Asta in London. I don't think I have one near me. So I don't remember ever going to Asta. Janelle is awake as well on Saturday. Janelle is next day. Suzanne says, regarding 10 stitches, I have one that I had started in January with 25 counts. I gave up because I thought I couldn't do it. But when I was organizing my cross stitch the other night, I found it and decided to try it again. That's amazing. So you were one of those people that think that you couldn't do tent, and then you gave it another try, and it's working this time. That's amazing. Sometimes it's weird like that, isn't it? When you try something, it doesn't work. But if you just leave it for a little bit and then try again, it feels differently, I think. Sometimes it's just the timing as well. Not the right time yet. And I'm going to do 2 more on the left here. Or maybe 1 more at the bottom. Yeah, Susan, I know it's all over the UK, but I don't think I have any near me ever. I've lived around London, but I don't recall I ever have kind of Asda near me. Normally just Sainsbury's, Waitrose, Marks and Spencer's. Interesting, but it's just supermarket, isn't it? They're probably all very similar. Right, guys, let's have a look. Time flies, seriously. Every day I say the same thing. It just feels like it flew by 3 hours. Goodness, what is happening? So here, this is where I am today. Let me leave the threads to the right there, to the left rather. So today I focused on this area. So I started off with really thick bunch of threads all over the place, because previously I was working block by block parking, so you can imagine lots of part threads, and I've cleared up most of them, and so this area is, you know, partially stitched. Not quite there yet. You can't work out what it is just yet, but I made pretty good progress. And so this area has got 9 blocks, so it doesn't look much, but it's 9 blocks, and you know, a lot of stitches. You can do the math. So your task. I've suffered for my stitching, and now it's your turn, okay? I would like you to guess how many stitches I've done today. Okay, so I made it very hard for you, all over the place. And the winner, of course, on this beautiful Friday night, glorious night, you will earn the respect of everyone. Okay, it's tremendous. And you can only get it here live on Yogi Stream. And also we have a delicious emoji buffet waiting for you as well to share with me. I'll be eating most of it, but you can have some, bits and pieces, your choice. So I can see the numbers flowing in. Let's have a look. And if you're lurking, just come up with a number, throw it in the air. You might be the winner. Your guess is just as good as mine. I have no idea. I haven't looked. Okay, so here we go. The first submission, let's look up, make sure. Yes, it's Laura, 290. And Betty, 264. Grace, Grace Houston, and 256. Captain Squirrel, 212. Suzanne, 280. Vega, good to see you. You're still here, standing strong in Japan. And 310. And Steve, Steve can't count. Steve says 257 and half stitch. Oh yeah, it is half. No, half of half would be a quarter stitch, Steve. I don't know how that works. Okay, 257. Michelle Clark, 256. Belena, 342. And Janelle, 330. Susan, have you submitted your number? Yes. So here we go, guys. I am going to show you the app. We have the proof here. I'm not making it up. It's all on the record. And Jamie, 243. Okay, Susan, 150. Susan, I thought we're pals. Okay, 150. Maybe you're right. Who knows? Let's have a look. So here we go. Are you ready? Today, I have done 2A4. Susan. Now, who's laughing now? 2A4. Let me pause the sprint here. Okay. 2A4, guys. Who's the winner today? And percentage, 6.3. Did I say 6.3 today? I did it. Yes, 284%, and I have passed 6.3%. Oh, amazing, Yogi. Yes. And round of applause for me on this Friday night. So here we go. Who is the closest? 238. To Suzanne. Let me have a look. Suzanne won yesterday. So Suzanne is on fire. Where's Suzanne's number? Here we go. Suzanne, 280. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Suzanne, it's you again. I think so. Yes, round of applause for Suzanne. 2 days in a row. My goodness, she's on fire. She's on fire. She's doing 10 stitches as well. And bring on the delicious buffet, emoji buffet. So me and Suzanne can share a little bit. And no buffet for you, Susan. Susan, guessing 150. Oh, she has no confidence in me. And see, I'm the winner here, and Suzanne as well. Let's have delicious emoji buffet here. Laura? No. So, guys, bring on the emoji buffet, and we can all enjoy together on this beautiful Friday night. Laura, oh yes, that's a proper spread there. And a round of applause as well, guys. So, oh yeah, Janelle, some really healthy options. We need the balance. Okay, so we can have some sliders and burgers, but we need some sort of green stuff as well. And Steve, of course, where's Steve's hot peppers? As usual, I think River has got hot pepper as well. Guys, oh, Laura was close, but Susan was closer. I know, but Laura, you can have some of the goodies as well. You know, very often we have two winners if they're very close. So Laura, you can join us. You can have a little bit of the buffet, but I'll be having most of it. Okay, I'm the winner here. So Susan. Guys, Susan and Laura is kind of, you know, a second winner. Don't cry, don't cry. And so, guys, on this beautiful Saturday night, peaceful night, from sleepy London town, Yogi is going to sign out. I had a great time. Time just flew by. I have no idea what happened. The last time I checked, it was 10:30, and now we're 12:30. Goodness. So, I hope you enjoy tonight's session, and tomorrow is our Amy Day, okay? So bring your Amy Stewart piece and let's reconvene and stitch together. I'll see you here tomorrow. Night night, everyone. Nighty night. Good night.